morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our session today. My name is Rachel, and I'm part of the CodeJIKA team. And today with me is my colleagues, Spoo and Tandi. We are so excited to have you guys here, and I hope you enjoy the session. I know most of you have a lot of questions, so please do keep the questions, and we'll have a Q&A at the end of the session, all right? But if you want, you can put the questions in the chat box so long, and we will answer them at the end of the session. So we might go through some things in the session, please just note them down, and we will have a Q&A at the end of the session, okay? Can everybody hear me, please, before we continue?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Can you all confirm that you can see it? Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah, I can from my side.
Okay, perfect. All right, cool. Okay, guys, let's get started. Welcome to CodeJIKA. Why won't it let me go to the next? There we go. So what is CodeJIKA? CodeJIKA is a vocational front-end web development program. We offer a free offline and online curriculum. We advocate for coding for the government to bring coding into every single high school. And we're also addressing the gender gap in technology by bringing more girls to the program. So under CodeJIKA, we have Code for Change. Well, above. Code for Change is the nonprofit organization. Please, can everybody mute so that we don't hear your background? Thank you. So Code for Change is a nonprofit organization, and under Code for Change, we created the CodeJIKA program where we can teach kids how to code. We normally focus on basic web development, so HTML, CSS, and intro into JavaScript. I think most of you have gone through our curriculum. We've just briefly gone through the projects that we have online. If you haven't, I do encourage you to please give it a try so that you know what you will be teaching. Okay, what is coding? Most of you are aware with what coding is, but I'm just going to quickly go into this. So coding is telling a computer what to do, which involves typing a step-by-step commands for the computer to follow. If you look on the right side here, you will see this is what coding looks like. So a few things to note before, as we continue, please keep your microphone switched off so that we don't hear your background noise. I do still hear somebody else here. Please, guys, make sure that it's switched off. The webinar is getting recorded, and we will share the video on WhatsApp, or we'll send it via email if it's too big. And we will be hosting a Q&A session afterwards. So please do keep your questions, or you can just add them in the chat box. All right. The purpose of this for this webinar is to teach you guys how to get your first school, and just to show you how to run an intro session. Okay. Most of you got the email, and in the email it was saying, congratulations, you've moved to the next round. And now this next round needs you to get to host an intro session in a school. And most of you were wondering, how do I do it? How do I get started? So the first thing you do is make a list of every high school in your area, okay? So if you have 10, if you have only 3, it depends how many high schools you have nearest to you. First, I would say look around you before you go outside your area. So first look in your area, write those high schools down, and then call them and find out which ones have active computer labs. Some schools might not even have computer labs at all. Unfortunately, the program can only work if the school has computers. So you immediately have to remove the ones that don't have computers from the list. And then now you are left with a list of the ones that do have computers, okay? And then you make another call again, and you ask to meet the principal. for a meeting. You can do this by calling, you can do this by sending an email, or you can do this by visiting the school directly, okay? When you speak to the secretary, usually you say, hi, my name is so-and-so. I am a CodeJIKA coach. CodeJIKA is a coding program for high school students. I would like to come and speak to the principal to schedule a free interest session. Please, can you let me know when I can come into the school and speak to him about the program? That's what you'd say. If it's a phone call, if it's an email, please, can you mute? Sorry, guys. Marlene, can you please mute? Sorry, I'm just trying to. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. As I was saying, if you're sending an email, please make sure that you attach the trainer authorization letter, the school intro letter, and you also attach the why in school coding presentation, because if the principal opens that, they can already see all those documents and they can say yes to you immediately. Right, so now the principal has said yes to the meeting. It's your day to go to the school. Please make sure you arrive at the school looking presentable. That means your hair must be combed. I know you don't have the CodeJIKA t-shirts right now, which is okay. Just make sure you are wearing something neat, okay? Because if you go there looking scruffy, nobody wants you in their school to teach, especially to teach their learners if you're looking scruffy. So it's very important to go there looking presentable, okay? And also make sure you download your trainer authorization letter that notifies the principal that you are authorized by CodeJIKA to approach the school and to run an intro session, and then take the school intro letter with you. And if you can, please print out the why in coding school presentation. All these documents are available on the CodeJIKA Hub page. I think most of you do have that link. If you do not, Spoo or Tandy, please can you just attach that link in the chat box, and then you guys can save it or click on it and see what I'm talking about. Okay, so now you in the meeting with the principal, it's your turn to pitch the program. Use the presentation. Inside the presentation, it tells you why you need coding in schools. If there's some testimonials from other students, from principals, all over, please use it. It will help you pitch the program. Basically, you are pitching to get an intro session, all right? And then also notify the principal that you need access to the computer lab for the intro session. The intro session will take 1 hour, and we're encouraging you to do 2 groups. So that means you will need the computer lab for approximately 2 hours to run your intro sessions. Okay, so now that the principal has agreed, it's time to prepare for your session. Before you leave the school, the day of your meeting, ask the principal to introduce you to the person who will be in charge of opening and closing the computer lab. This is usually the IT teacher, or sometimes they will look for someone else in the school to assist you. Make sure you take that person's phone number down so that you can communicate with them before the intro session. Okay, and then you need to download the how to run the 1 hour website document. This is found on the CodeJIKA Hub. Okay, please make sure that you go through the 1 hour website curriculum and the 1 hour website documents. If a school says, no, I don't want this program, that's okay. You guys can move on to another school. Remember, at the beginning, you made a list of the schools. just move on to the next school, okay? If a school says, no, come back in December, that's fine. You don't have to wait until December. Move on to another school that would like for us to run that intercession immediately. I'm quickly going to show you the 1 hour website. That is, yeah, you can get it if you go to CodeJIKA.org /Coach Hub resources. So this is what the how to run the CodeJIKA 1 hour website document looks like. This is the document you need to read before you teach the intercession, okay? What is the 1 hour website? It is a fun event. You don't need software. You do not need internet. It is 1 hour and it can be managed by a student, school teacher, or club mentor. What do you need? You need computers or laptops. Unfortunately, tablets will not work right now. And then you need students. So make sure you ask the principal or the IT teacher for a group of students. Usually we start with 8th or 9th graders because they're not so busy and they do have free time on their hands. And then a register. You will find the register on the CodeJIKA Hub's page. Please download that register. If for some reason you cannot download the register, I suggest that you take a piece of paper with you and a pen to the schools and ask the students to fill out their names on that piece of paper, and then make sure you take a picture of that paper because that will be your evidence that you actually had a session with students. So moving on to the next point, the venue or the school lab. Remind the school of the event multiple times. That's why I say take down the number of that IT teacher so that you don't want to arrive at the school and then they'll be like, oh, no, sorry, we forgot. So make sure you just remind them multiple times. Then when you arrive on the day of your intercession, arrive at the school at least an hour early and check that all the computers are working, the mouse is working, the keyboards are working, everything is functioning properly. You can either print out the 1 hour website curriculum, or you can make a copy of it and put it on a USB drive and then copy it to every computer in the lab during that day. So make sure you also have extra copies if you are printing out physical copies, because you do not want to have few copies or something happens, just always have some extras on the side. And then feel free to promote your 1 hour website. This is optional. If you want, you can print out some posters. We've got the CodeJIKA posters. I'm just going to click on it so you guys see it. Oh no, okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened here. Please, can you get us back those posters? I will show you guys at the end of the session, but it's optional. You do not have to do it. You can print out a poster and post it at the school's news board or in the computer lab so that the students that want to attend the session can see the information. And then usually next to the poster, we put a sign-up form for the kids to just write their names. Then make sure you plan your technology needs. That means please check that the computer has Notepad. Usually every computer has Notepad. Make sure that it has Adobe Reader. If you don't have an Adobe Reader, we will need to just make sure that you download all of this and copy it onto every PC. Make sure they've got an internet browser. It doesn't need to go straight to the internet. We just need an internet browser to run the offline. And then see if each computer or laptop, the login details work. You might get there and then there's a password. Make sure you've got all those passwords from the representative. Then, like I said, make sure you download your 1 hour website curriculum and copy it or print it out, okay? And then it's important to go through the lessons yourself first. So between today and your intercession, please go through that 1 hour website curriculum so that you know what you're teaching. You don't want to look crazy or like you don't know what you're talking about on the day. The students won't like that and will not take you seriously. So please do go through it. You can also run a virus scan on the PCs. You could just go to avast.com and download that. That's also optional. And the following steps are optional. You can play some of the CodeJIKA videos to encourage students. This is just an icebreaker, okay, just to show the kids that there are some kids already out there doing this program and this is what they have to say. I do encourage you guys, if you do have time, please go through these videos. They are quite fun and they do encourage kids. So usually this is how we encourage you to set up your desktop. Here will be the 1 hour curriculum. Then here's the notepad. And then on here will be the internet browser. This is where they can see what they're coding, what they're working on. So just set it up like this and encourage your learners to set up their desktop like this. It's easier instead of them closing down something, then opening another thing. This is much easier to navigate around. Okay, now it's time to celebrate. You guys have done a good job, well done. And celebrate with the kids, have fun, and don't forget to take photos of the learners and some of their websites, whatever they're working on. Just take a couple of photos of their websites, a couple of photos of the learners with their websites, and please send all your photos and register to hello@codejika.com. And then what comes after the 1 hour website events, that will be for another day. You will speak to the principal about hosting a 5-minute presentation during assembly, which we call the roadshow. And then you also ask the principal to start training with 2 groups. This is something we'll speak about next, but for now, our main focus is the 1 hour website. So Spoo is going to just show you what the 1 hour website looks like quickly and just how we run it. He's just going to give a quick 5-minute demonstration.
Okay, thank you so much, Rachel. Are you gonna be able to allow me to share, or you need to be able to?
I'm gonna stop sharing now. And then I'm gonna make it.
Okay. In the meantime, let me just greet everyone who's here. And thank you so much, guys, for making it.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, I'm just going to demonstrate the 1 hour website, but because I'm not going to take the whole hour doing it, I'm going to be a bit quickly because I hope you guys. Sorry, I'm getting some feedback. Can I just ask everyone to switch off their mics? Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to be quickly here. I'm also under the assumption that you guys have tried to fiddle around with the 1 hour website and you kind of have an idea how to create an HTML file or something like that. But if you don't worry. That's what we're going to go through today. It's very easy. I'm going to use the 1 hour website curriculum. And am I sharing my screen already? I'm not yet, right?
No.
Okay, I'm going to share it now.
No, you're not.
Oh, perfect. Can everyone see my screen now?
Yes.
Awesome. I just want to stop the sharing and reshare again so that I can share my whole PC instead of just the web browser. And let's see, stop share.
On the little country you work with.
And okay, now share my whole screen. Perfect. Thank you so much. Can I just confirm if you guys can see my screen again?
Sure.
Oh,
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So I'm on the CodeJIKA.org Coach Hub page because I think it's important that you guys are aware where you can find the curriculum. So on that page, we try to put all the resources that we think you guys need. And if you guys spot any other resources somewhere on the website and you're like, hey, I think this is important for the coaches, or we need a document like this and whatnot, you guys can suggest that to us and we'll make sure to put it up here. Coming down to the section on the CodeJIKA.org Coach Hub page, you will see that we have the first section there and we have a couple of documents. Rachel has already gone through some of them and she has spoken about the attendance register and the authorization letter and the school opportunity letter, the introduction letter that you can use to introduce yourself to the school. And also how to teach the 1 hour curriculum, which is the document that she was just going through now. What I'm going to be focusing on is the 1 hour website itself. And if you click on the last icon there under the 1 hour website curriculum, it's a PDF version of it. And here we also have a Word document of it that you guys can download, and you can download and make some edits on the 1 hour website and customize it however you want. So I'm just going to be using the one that we have here. And I have it opened here, and I'm going to just save it on my local PC on the desktop here. I know you guys, let me put it under the 1 hour website curriculum. And just make sure that it's in the correct folder that I want it in. Okay, it's under the 1 hour website folder. So I have it there. And the 3 requirements that Rachel spoke about when you are doing the 1 hour website with regards to what software needs to be on the PC, she spoke about the PDF, Acrobat PDF reader, which is a software that is used to read PDF documents. But if you guys find a case where you cannot install the PDF, the software, Adobe Acrobat, what I would suggest what you guys can do is that each and every PC comes with a default web browser, which is also the second thing that we need to run our to see the results of our 1 hour website. You guys can also use a web browser. If I just drag any PDF document to a web browser, it will be able to open that PDF document. So even if that a particular lab does not have Acrobat, please don't stop and worry about finding Acrobat and installing it. You can still view PDF documents using any browser. And then the second thing that you need is the browser itself. Okay, so every PC does come with a default browser. It might be Internet Explorer or some other browser, but we prefer, if possible, that the computers have the Chrome browser because it's usually updated and there's consistency with all the stylings and the HTML elements that we do. We know that they are the browser is updated, and whatever code that we put in the browser, as long as the syntax is correct, the browser will be able to understand our code and we don't have any missing elements. And then the third thing that we are going to need is obviously a text editor where we are supposed to type out all of our code. Let me just enlarge this for you guys so you can see. It's a text editor. So we do have an editor that we recommend, but I'm going to be using a default editor that I know is there on each and every PC. So just to recap on everything that I've been saying in the last 3 minutes, what I mean, guys, is once you have the 1 hour website, which is this PDF document here, you can go to any PC using the default program. You can open the PDF using a web browser, and you will also find the default text editor on any operating system, whether it be on Linux or Windows, or you're using they are using an iOS. There will be a default text editor that comes with the PC. So on mine, it's the Notepad because I'm on Windows. So I'm just going to open that and I'm going to start going through the instructions of the 5-minute website to demonstrate to you guys how we run this thing offline, right? So I'm going to start with the instructions there. So they've already told me that I need to work with Notepad, and I'm going to have to save and view my HTML file. So all of that is going to happen by me typing the code in the Notepad and saving it as an HTML file. And we have all of those instructions here. So the first thing that I have to do is to type the following structure into a new file. And what file is that? It's the new file that you are going to be creating using a text editor. So I'm using Notepad. If you go to the search button, if you're on Windows and say text editor, you should be able to get the default one that comes with Windows. So I'm going to open that. And instead of typing all of this, I know in class, learners are supposed to type all of this code because then that gets them used to the symbols and the characters. For instance, the less than sign, they become comfortable with the keyword and knowing how to find all these elements that we use in these languages here. And what I'm going to do is just immediately paste all of that code here. As you can see, I'm on my text editor and I pasted all of that code here. We'll need to update this version of the 1 Hour website. So now I have all of that here. And the second step says I must save this as my name.html. So what I'm going to do is to come to File and say Save As. And I'm just going to put it in a folder. Let me find a folder. Let me go to the 1 Hour website folder and I'm going to save it there. And remember, guys, it must be your name.html. And that is important so that the operating system of the computer knows that I'm dealing with a file that contains some HTML code inside, and I'm supposed to open it with a web browser. So you will see already that here, my default web browser is Chrome. So it already tells me that I can open this file with Chrome. So I'm going to double click on this file to see what's there. I can't see anything yet, but if I highlight, I can see that I do have some text in there. And that is because my text so far is white and the default background is also white. But if I just quickly change this to red and I come here and save this file and refresh, you guys will see now that you have some text on your web browser, because I have changed the font color here. So here I'm going to put my name. That's what the learner would be doing. And I'm going to refresh. And now you can see that the changes have reflected because I changed the code in the text editor and I saved my file and I came back to the browser to refresh. And going on to the next instructions. So what I just did right now was to put the website structure. I hope you guys are familiar with that. If you're not, please go through the 1 Hour website on your own. You'll be able to understand the concepts, because how we design the curriculum is that it's self-learning. So everyone who goes through the curriculum should be able to understand the concepts. So we're going to be dealing with CSS and HTML. And you already know, instead of typing all this code, I'm going to copy and paste.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, Ray.
Yeah, these guys are computer science students, so they are very familiar with this. Can you just skip to because time is running out. So we just need to quickly wrap this up.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to paste all of the code that I can find here. Some of it will be CSS and some of it would be HTML. So I do have some CSS here, copy all of that. And I am going to go back to my text editor and make sure that I go back to the style section and paste all of that CSS code. Save my file and show you guys the results of that. Refresh. And now I have all of this. So this is what the 1 Hour website looks like. But if you scroll down a bit, we do have a bonus section. If you scroll down a bit, there is a bonus section. So I'm just going to copy the CSS for that bonus section and put it in the styles. And what I'm also going to do is copy the HTML from that bonus section. And they said I must put it right down at the bottom just before body. I'm going to save that and go back to my website, find it, and refresh it. So the bonus section is actually this contact section area here. So this is what the 1 hour website looks like. It's the name of the learner. It's the homepage section with the launching soon and a date and some motivation of why they want to learn to code. Everything here is more of templated, but as they go through the 1 hour website, they write their own name and they write their own sentences, but this is more of a template, more of that. So this is what the 1 hour website looks like, guys, and that's how you run it offline. If you guys have any questions regarding this, you can, I'll ask those questions later, but this is basically just the rundown on how we run the 1 hour website. And it's just as simple as that, running it offline. Those are all the things that you need. So that's why I'm going to stop the presentation. You guys can post those questions if we do have some. Hi, Ray. I think I am done with the demonstration here. I think you do have a couple of slides left because we have 5 minutes. Thank you so much.
Okay,
I'm going to stop sharing for now.
What I suggest, guys, is can we exit and then use the link to log back in again? Then we'll spend another 15 minutes just answering any questions that you have. So just use the same link to log back in. Sorry for all the inconvenience, but yeah, time is going to run out and it's going to cut us. So please exit and then come back in. See you again just now.
Hi, Ray. Before you exit, there's a couple of people joining us, and I just wanted to also make them aware that we are leaving the meeting and coming back again. Thank you so much. Please use the same link. Everyone, please, you can leave the meeting and rejoin it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna jump straight back into this. Okay, so after you have done with your 1 hour website and everything, make sure that the students had fun. Ask the students for feedback. Did they enjoy the session? Did they not enjoy it? Just ask for feedback. Please, can you mute yourself? Thank you. And then now it's time, to submit the report. So you can do this at home when you're now free and everything. Just submit yourself. Sorry, guys, there's somebody here who's not doing so. Okay, perfect. Isn't it going back? Sorry. Okay, so to submit your report, you visit the CodeJIKA.org Coach Hub site, and then you will see a tab written Next Steps, a section written Next Steps. You click on the Submit Inter-Session Report, and then it will take you to a Google form, and then you fill out that Google form according to what you have done. So if you did 2 inter-sessions at 2 different schools, you will see there is a part for you to submit information for this first school and a part for you to submit information for the second school. If you only did 1 school, just fill out the 1 section. You don't need to fill out any other section regarding other schools. So please, you will find your report form on the website. Please take note of this. It is important that students fill out the register, okay? And it is important that you take photos of your students during the inter-session. If you do not take photos, if you do not have a register, we can't, that's not evidence. We need evidence to actually see that you did run your inter-session, and we need photos, and we need a register. I know someone said the other time, what if I fake the photo? If you try and fake the photo, we will immediately see it. And we do verify all of these things. So please make sure that your information is authentic. We are trusting you guys. So please don't mess it up for yourself, because if you mess it up for yourself, then you're immediately removed as a CodeJIKA coach. And then after you're done submitting your report, all photos must be sent to hello@CodeJIKA.com, and the subject line must be the school name. So for example, World Vision High School, images and register. Then you send it to hello@CodeJIKA, all right? So these are some photo examples. You see this is a student and that's her website there. We can see a website. This is a photo of a student's website. Again, just the website itself. You can see this is a student in class and he's doing the online curriculum. So we can see that behind. Then this is a class with mixed girls and boys. You can see it's 3 people per computer. You can do that. If the lab only has a few computers, you can group up. You can group the students together and they can share computers, okay? So these are the pictures that we would like to see. Please make sure that you have cleaned the back of your camera and try and take some clear pictures and send them to us. You will need to take at least a minimum of 5 photos, okay, so that we can choose the best one. Also take a selfie with your students. It'll be nice just to see you guys interacting with the kids, you know, take a selfie. I know maybe some of you will be like, oh, I don't like photos, that's fine. If you don't like photos, that's okay. Just ask the kids to take a selfie of themselves with the rest of the class. So here are some frequently asked questions that you guys have been asking us. We have added a page on the website called Coach FAQ. We will be uploading questions regularly, so you guys can visit that every time you need an answer to a question. So I'm just going to read some of these questions out. So for example, when should I have done my intro session? Please try and get it done by the 16th of September. How much do we get paid? You get paid approximately $20 per successful day. Please visit the Code Coach Milestones. You will see that document. It does say what you need to do. I will quickly go through it for the sake of you guys. How do we pay? We pay via Mukuru or World Remit. We have checked. Mukuru is available in most of the countries except for Egypt, Ethiopia, and Morocco and Rwanda. So that way we'll pay via World Remit. If you guys prefer something else, please feel free to let us know. It is available in the form for you to fill out what your preferred method is, but these are easier. It goes through to your MTN Money, M-Pesa, or sometimes it goes directly into your bank account, or you can go pick it up at your nearest supermarket. So it's very simple. When can I start training? Please start training as soon as possible. The schools in my countries are closed. What do I do? You can approach the school right now and speak to the principal about hosting the intro session when the schools reopen. Some schools do have summer camps. You can approach and ask to do an intro session during that summer camp, or you can wait until the schools reopen. What if my country is not listed? Please send us an email at hello@CodeJIKA.com and ask us to list your country, and we will list it immediately or over the next couple of days. Where can I find training material? You will find it by visiting the curriculum page. You'll click on that link and it will take you directly to our curriculum page. What am I required to do at the school? You will need to look at the Milestones document. That's what we're going to look at together. Okay, so this brings us to the end of our session, but before I start getting questions, I want to go through that Milestones document with you guys quickly, all right? Sorry, give me a few seconds. Okay, so the first phase is building coding clubs and basic skills training. So day 1 will be an intro session in the school. And that day you will talk to teachers and you will do the 1-hour website with at least 2 groups of students, minimum 10 students per session, okay? When you do your intro session, you will get paid a bonus, okay? If you do an intro session with 2 groups, you'll get paid a bonus. So that means you will get paid $40 for that intro session. Okay. So please make sure you get that. So that is a milestone, and you need to talk to the teachers and secure a roadshow date. I'm just going to update that. You'll see it. Then day 2, present at a school assembly. You will be in charge of presenting the program to the school. On the same day, we also suggest that you have some sessions with a couple of students on that day. Day 3 is all about mentoring and troubleshooting with the 2 groups that you have trained, okay? Start doing some troubleshooting and mentoring. And these kids, one thing I need you guys to realize is it's not your role to teach the students every day, but it is your role to introduce the program and form coding clubs so that the students teach themselves in your absence. So for example, you might be busy with school, but the kids can still continue training by themselves, okay? You just need to either take their phone numbers so that you just monitor them virtually, or you can visit the school once a week or once every 2 weeks just to check on their progress. But it is the students' job to make sure that they finish the work that you have assigned them to. You will still get paid for those days as long as the milestone is reached and completed. It doesn't matter if you were at the school. We want to see the milestone completed. That is what this is about, all right? So you'll see, yeah, there's a task every day for you guys. And then there's a description on there. Please go through them carefully. And whatever you don't understand, you can ask us in the group later. So I want to go through the milestones quickly. So we have this milestone, which is 2 groups must have completed project 3. When these groups complete project 3, you will get paid 2 days worth of work. So that means $40. Another milestone, 1 group has started training. 1 group has started training, 40 learners have at least finished project 1. You will get paid another $40. Another milestone is to present the teacher, the clubs, or learners with a certificate. We have CodeJIKA certificates, and we will be sending them out to you for those that have reached this level. Okay, this is the advanced level, but I just wanted to go through this with you guys so that you know what you're in for. Once you go to the school and present the certificates, take some photos, you will get paid another $40. And then when you organize a competition with minimum 18 learners, you get paid again, a milestone of $40. Whenever you are in a school, you see how it says day 7, mentoring a teacher and learners in a school. That means you get paid $20 only. But whenever you reach a milestone, you get paid double, which is $40. Okay. So these are, so you'll see there milestone, 200 learners in the school must have taken part in the coding lesson. You get a bonus. Another milestone, to organize a competition now between other schools. So for example, there's 2 people from Kenya. You guys can speak and be like, hey, my students are done with project 3. Can we organize a competition between your school and my school? Please try and make sure that the schools are not far away from each other. Something maybe it's like a 10-minute distance or 20-minute distance so that, you know, transport is not too expensive. And then your students here will get, you guys will both get $40 for just organizing that competition and actually running the competition. So I just wanted to go through this with you. Please do go through it in detail. Once you've gone through it, if you still don't understand it, you are more than welcome to come back and ask me some questions, or what I'll do is we can have another quick session just going through the milestones at a later stage. Okay. So that brings us to the end of our session. Thank you guys for this. Now we will take some questions. Please put your hands up so that we can answer properly. So here I'm going to first start with the questions that are already in the group. From Mercy, She asked, how often are we expected to do classes, let's say per week? How much is too much or too less? So this depends with the school, okay? We usually ask for at least 2 sessions per week, and each session can run from 1 hour to 2 hours. And yeah, so we usually ask for at least 2 sessions, but if the school says come every day and you've got time, then you can do it every day. What is less? Less is not doing anything at all. That is less. At least try have a session per week, at least once a week. And then Nitanga asked, I wish you can share those meeting presentations. No problem. We will share that presentation and we'll also just add it to the hub. What if the school is not a mixed school, e.g. boys? That's fine. You can just have an all boys class. That's okay. We don't discriminate. Yeah, any other questions, guys? I know you guys have lots of questions, so this is the time to ask. If you're feeling shy, you can just add it to the chat box and I'll answer it. Oh, wow. So no questions from you guys. The way you guys have been sending messages on WhatsApp, I thought you guys would have like a gazillion questions from us. So, okay, we've got one from Selawan. For now, we just need to complete the intro session, right? Yeah, no need to go on with yes. So for now, you just need to complete the intro session. That is the most important thing for now. Complete the intro session and then submit your report, and then you will get paid for that. Okay, so please make sure you try and get a school as soon as possible or when your schools reopen. And then after you've submitted your report for the 3rd session, those that have done a great job will now move on to the next round, and we will also send an email with the next round's information and details on how to get started with that. We wanted to do this step by step so that it's not overwhelming for you guys. That's why we're doing it step by step, because if we loaded you with a lot of information, it might be confusing. So that's why we are just doing it step by step. Okay, we have another question. For us in Nigeria, schools are to resume. Yes, so if you see on the FAQ, guys, it does answer this. You can wait until the schools reopen, okay? So another thing I'm noticing this trend is you guys are not reading your emails. You guys are not clicking on the link, and that is, it's actually showing us that you guys are not, some of you that are not reading these questions, that you guys are not responsible, because all the information that we are sharing is available via the letter or the email, or now we have a webinar. And I do understand that some things might not be clear. That's fine. If they're not clear, please feel free to ask us a question. Our door is wide open, but please do make sure that you go to the FAQ page. We created it so that you guys always have those answers on hand, and you will see that we've tried to answer all the questions that you guys had for us, and we will be updating it as we go. So you will find, I know yesterday there was a letters question, what letters, where must I go? You will see there's a school intro letter, and then there's a trainer authorization letter. So you can take that letter to the school. It says that you are authorized as a CodeJIKA trainer. Before you print out that letter, there are instructions on how you edit it so that you put in your name, all right, and your contact details. So please follow those instructions as well. And then here, most likely the students to participate might be taking computer studies in the school. Here in Kenya, there are few students taking computer studies, e.g. per class, about 10 to 20. Okay, that's fine. If you want to start with students that are already doing computer studies, that's okay. But the CodeJIKA program was created for everybody. Our goal is to introduce coding even to those that are not doing computer studies. Okay, so that's why it's very simple. Our program is simple, it's very easy to use. So don't discriminate just because some students don't do computer studies. I think everyone should get a chance. It will be actually great for you to advocate for those ones that don't do computer studies. I see in Kenya, they also said the government is now introducing coding as a subject to high schools, which is really fantastic and exciting. We can't wait for that. But please make sure that you guys don't discriminate, because a student doesn't do computer studies doesn't mean that they shouldn't do the program. And your job as a trainer as well is to encourage students, be patient with them. Some of them, this is their first time touching a computer, so you need to be very patient with them, okay? It's your job to advocate and to encourage them and not to make fun of them. Even if it's a simple question, answer it well and just give them all the information they would need. We have a question from Techno Spark. Techno, you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Hi, Techno, we can't hear you.
Hello.
Hello, yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, suppose a school allows you to go to visit them every day, like Monday to Friday, or does CodeJIKA take responsibility of the allowances, or you only pay for a successful session? Thank you.
Okay, so we pay per successful successful session, and you'll see that in the milestones page. You see it tells you what you need to have completed for that day. So make sure that it is a success for you so that you get paid. Because what's going to happen is some of you might just go to the school and just sit, and then you'll come back and be like, hi, I went to the school. What did you do? Oh, everything was broken, so I didn't do anything. Well, that's not a successful day. So make sure that it is a successful day and you have reached your goals or targets that are listed for that specific day. If a school wants you to come in every day and you have that time, that means you'll be in that school for 14 days only, if it's every day. 14 days, and then we will look at your success according to what you submit to us as well. Okay, we have another hand up. Okay, I think that was Techno. Any other questions? We literally have 2 more minutes before we say bye-bye. Okay, so that means we have to report every day. You will see that there is a report that we are going to create for an every day, because remember, you are required to be there it's a 14-day program. Okay, so it doesn't mean 14 days consecutively. It can mean 3 days this week, 3 days next week, 3 days, whatever the school agrees. But yes, you will have to fill out a report for every day that you're in that school. And then this report is, we're making it very simple. You'll see with the inter-session report, it's something that it's a Google form that you just submit quickly, and then you can press send. Constantine said, I encourage us to seek schools currently working on 2. That's amazing, Constantine. All the best. Will I be taking pictures every day? Yes, you will be taking pictures every day. Remember, no pictures, no register. That means you didn't go to that school. So please do take pictures at every day you are at the school. Yes, I know it's a lot of work, but if you're very serious about this, you will have to go according to the rules. So yes, pictures every day, and an attendance register. You're going to find that sometimes with students, let's say for your inter-session, you had 20 students, okay? And then now you move on to project 1, and you'll see that you only have 10 students. That's fine. There are students that drop out. It's very common. So don't be worried if students drop out. This is something that happens. The more, as you progress to the next projects, you will see that there is a decrease in students, because some students will find it a little bit difficult. Oh, awesome. Okay, I will take 2 more questions before we end the session.
Hi, Ray. Can I just also add something quickly about the dropping off of students? From my experience, you know, when students drop off, look at the ones that are remaining and look at their progress, because those are the ones that you're going to be able to form a club out of.
Yeah.
And they'll be the ones going out there and bringing in new students.
Perfect. Okay. Thanks, Boo. Okay, guys, I hope we answered all your questions in the session. If you feel like we didn't answer your questions, you guys can send it in the group, or you can send us an email directly. And I hope that we didn't scare you today. It is kind of scary, but it is fun as well. We don't monitor you guys like every single time. We want you guys to be independent, because we know you're adults and you do know how to manage yourselves. You will see that those that pass the intro session will get the CodeJIKA swag. Some of you will get it. You'll see everything in that third report. So please make sure that you do your intro session, because you are going to get paid double for that intro session. So yeah, all the best. Anytime you have questions, ask us or visit that FAQ page. We will send a link to the group so that you can have it. And okay, Samuel, you said you had power failure. No problem. We did record the lesson, the session, and we'll share it via Zoom. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Look forward to working with every single one of you. Any doubts, any questions, like I said, let us know, or visit the FAQ page as well. Have a nice Saturday and enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.